Vala, it, it, we agreed. We weren't we weren't going to do this. We weren't going to breed and capture. And what have you done?
Um, Sorry there, old man, but
Everybody, just kidding. We agreed to do this, and we actually worked real hard last night after we finished the cave video to get some new buddies. Because why do we do that, babe?
because we love it.
Yeah, it's one of the things we love to do. Um,
We like to see what kind of different colors we can get from, crazy combinations and stuff like that.
exactly. And yeah, and it all started with this bird that got me killed trying to tame it yesterday. She didn't actually kill me, but we were in that crag area, and that's where she was hanging out. And again, like we joked about, you get handed a pallet like that, you got to grab a brush, right? You have to do something with it. You can't just tame that and leave it in a corner, right? So do you want to walk through and take a look at all the different guys? I'll put my HUD back on, and we can show people the stats and what's going on with these guys. What do we got going on?
All right, well, you all know about Mom, whose name is Brilliant for obvious reasons, and Cobalt here is Dad, and um, he has been in the family for a long time. He's treasured much like my spices.
It's true.
And here, if you come back here, here are our little babies. They're not little anymore, and we've taken some of them out. This one is named Cosmo because his coloring reminded me of a cosmopolitan martini.
That is so cool, and I agree. He definitely looks like some type of tropical martini.
Yeah. So he's got the teal and the pink, and he's got
Hmm.
the teal chest with a little blue in it. And everything's going to have blue because they're all celestial and they're going to have that glow and they're all going to have blue eyes.
Hmm. Yeah, and the cool part is they seem to get different tough colors right up in the crowns of their heads. Um, and again, like if you look at the stats, like on Cosmo, for instance, so he hasn't even been leveled up yet, right? So he was born at 1170 level, and he's still at that. But I mean, we got 90k of stamina on this guy, um, 6.8k of melee damage, 135% speed, and he's just waiting to be leveled up with 5.3 million health out of the gate, which is great um, for him. And we're gonna move down the line.
I am as soon as you're finished, baby.
Yeah.
This is my boy, Lime Ricky.
Mm,
I don't think I need to explain the name,
no.
but he's pretty cool. He's got teal feet and the lime accents everywhere, and then the lime tail feathers, which I think is really cool mixed with the blue. I think it's a nice color combination. I took him out last night and to level him up a little. So he's went up to 12, 13, and actually has three more to go. But his health is over 13 million. His stamina's 201,000, and his melee damage is insane, 7,500, almost 7,600. We like to keep the movement slow because it's easier to maneuver. Um, at least old man does. So I tend to spice it much faster. But I can handle him either way.
Yeah,
What do you have to say about Lime Ricky, babe?
well, about him in general, he's stunning. I mean, come on, what's not to love about this guy? I mean, he's just got markings and colors that are fabulous, and he glows in the dark, which is great. So, like when we're out and at nighttime, I can find her because all I got to do is look for this green blur, up in the sky. But as far as the animal speeds, it's really not my preference so much as it's part of the design. Certain flyers don't turn well when they've had their speed, boosted. Like Drakes, they're terrible. You can barely control them if you up the speed. But the Argies, they seem to be able to handle it a lot better. So we will definitely do some speed tweaking and try to find the right spot, with them. And we do now have a dino mind wipe tonic that we can use. So if we screw that up, we can take their stats back to zero. But the cool thing, it didn't take very long at all to get him to this level, right? I mean, you just went out and killed a bunch of stuff, and, you know.
Yeah, and Wanda's stats are incredible, but let's not skip Horizon, because
No,
Horizon's pretty unique in her own way.
yeah, and tell us about this one.
Well, this one ended up looking a lot more like Cobalt than the other three. And oh, by the way, we bred about 15 of them.
Easy, yeah,
Easily 15. And a lot of them look just like mom, a lot of them look like dad. So we waited until we started getting some mutations coming in. And as you can see, these mutations are like amazing. And our criteria is kind of like when both of us go, wow, look at
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Then that's the birds we're going to keep. So Horizon has taken on a lot of teal, and look at those red feet. Come
I
on.
know.
Those are so awesome. And that's the only red on her.
Yeah, I haven't seen any elsewhere. And you're right.
And
I mean, definitely a lot like Cobalt in many ways, but unique in her own way as well.
yeah, she's got the light purple tips on the back,
Yeah,
and the tail feathers are that light teal that I
because
absolutely love.
see, she got daddy's good looks and mom's prettier feet. Because mom's got the
Yeah.
beautiful burgundy, red feet, and he's got the turquoise feet, which are still pretty too. But yeah, Cobalt's my boy. I feel about him like Vala feels about Spice. And yeah, Horizon will get some leveling up soon too, but she didn't get to go out flying last night.
He's got a great tuft.
Yeah, which takes us to the last one on the list, Wanda Maximoff. And if any of you are Marvel fans, you know why she might be named that. Because she's definitely the Scarlet Witch of the Skies. I took her out last night.
And look at her level, 1263. That's like 50 above Lime Ricky.
Yeah, that's true. And I just had her out a few minutes ago. I was just doing some cleanup around the shield wall, and she performed amazingly. No issues. But yeah, we've got her up to 219k of stamina, 8.7k of melee attack, which is really good and useful. And you might say, why do you want melee attack on a flighted animal? Well, we get attacked in the sky. We tend to like to travel together. So if one of us is off of our mount, trying to do something on the ground on foot, one of us can be running around on the ground with these guys and still maintain some security. So that extra punch is definitely worthwhile. Again, these are just how we look at it. And you can see I put 7 points in speed, 11 in the melee attack, and I haven't done anything with weight, but most of it's going into health and stamina. So 20 points brought us to 12.5 million health on Wanda. And just look at these colors, folks. I mean, come on. she's the full package. She clicks all the boxes. Just beautiful color, amazing, and Dad's feet. Come on, Dad's turquoise feet, and that's I think the only turquoise on her whole body, or teal. Yeah,
Yep.
so that's fun with that.
So as for RGs in general, I much prefer being in the sky and going down and swooping down and killing like ferocious things. Um, so I am always going to go for an RG first. In the case of the cave, they're way too big to go into a cave.
Hmm.
So, we stick with Miss Divine, which we just found, right? And what's the name of yours, baby?
Selfie, the fallen
Sophie.
Pegasus. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we just discovered how awesome they are in caves. So we're using those, and every once in a while I'll take out a super demon thing that just walks. But most of the time, I like to be in the RG. I'm not missing out on anything on the ground by doing that, except, harvesting berries, but I have dinos for that. So personally, I love the RGs.
I have always had a fascination with them. They are definitely the most, especially the Celestials, because they have all that extra punch of their special attacks, and I don't know how many times we've bailed each other out because we've had these birds. It's definitely been more times than I can count. We'd have been nothing but corpse markers if we didn't have the ability to pop these guys.
Yeah, and like even in the other day's video, when old man had his Pegasus and went over and found that celestial whatever that was, and he said, "This is above my pay grade," and we went and got spice, and it was a
Oh yeah,
cakewalk.
yeah, and that was a Celestial Rex that was
Oh,
poking
that was a
around on
Rex.
on the ground on the other side, and it's just there's such a versatile. I mean, the death dealers of Arc, in my opinion, as a player mount. The Celestial RG, I haven't found a mount yet. And we have spirit griffins and wyverns and different things that we've collected, and they still don't seem to have, um, in my opinion anyway, the kind of lethal response that these guys deliver, along with the stylish look and just the amazing they call to each other while they're flying. I mean, there's just great little bits and bobs that they've added to this, skeletal mod. In my opinion, it's amazing.
Babe, go over to one of the RGs and get him to stare at you so everyone can see how they stare. It's scary.
Yeah, you get close to them. I think I have to be on foot because they don't understand that I'm flying. Is it turned on or off?
What?
The
They do that just naturally, I think.
I don't know.
Mine aren't doing it either.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you can toggle it off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's see. Options. Looks
Because,
like
like,
it's
you'll
under.
land and get off them and go, say, for example, mine Nakuda,
Oh, there we
and
go.
you just turn around and look at them, and
There we
they're
go.
looking at you. You get, oh, yeah.
It's under behavior. You turn on enable ally looking.
Oh, is that what it, look at there.
Yeah, and they'll follow you around, because they're interested. What are you doing back there? Get out of my tail feathers.
And their eyes glow.
Yeah,
She's staring at me right now.
yeah, she's locked on you. So, and that's, again, as we talked about, it's just the little things that they've done. And just to show you again, we'll do this in two ways. I'll lift off here so you can see those wings and the colors in the wings on these guys and what's going on with that, you know, breeding program and why we do it. It's a little interesting. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do a quick,
Breeding
yeah,
program?
yeah, grow a couple eggs, show people how we do it.
Yeah. We could try and breed one of the new ones.
Well,
That would be kind of fun.
okay. Which two?
Well, let's start with Cosmo and Lime Ricky.
All right.
Oh no, they're both male.
Uh,
That's not gonna work.
no. All right. Maybe we should clear the deck though. Make some space. What do you think? All right, folks. We're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get back and we'll give you the overview of how we do some mate. We'll be right back, folks. We cleaned up the rooftop breeding deck here for our Argy program. Park mom and dad over there because as these eggs are hatched and we spawn them into adulthood, we're going to show you what that looks like, you know, in comparison. But, you know, the whole process of breeding, it all starts with a breeding pair. And in this case, after some discussion, we chose Lime Ricky and Wanda Maximoff because, yeah, that's going to make for some interesting eggs. What do you think, honey?
Oh, definitely. We like to do the two that are furthest apart, and then we can weed them out as we go.
Right, so in a few minutes, we're actually going to turn on the mating process and they'll start to mate. And Wanda will gestate an egg, and she will then drop it here in our hatchery. And we use superstructures. It's a mod similar to Structures Plus for those of you that use that. Slightly different, has some different. I'm not going to get into the debates. It's just the one we chose, so we went with that one. And what this guy's going to do is take the egg and incubate it and get it to the point where it's ready to hatch. And from there, he's going to send it over here to our incubator system, which is basically going to act like a preserving and stasis field until we're ready to hatch the eggs. And they'll start showing up in these windows. And this incubator can hold 10. So
Now, honey, you can also specify what kind of eggs you want to live and what you aren't interested in seeing. So you could pick, you know, we want anything with the health that's better than what we're breeding, Dad.
correct.
You
And
can pick stamina.
I have that screen open, and this is what it looks like. So we're actually going to do the enable egg stat optimization. Oh my God, who wrote that? And you can also set it to enable auto hatch, which we don't like to do because there is a process that you have to do as soon as the egg hatches, and you'll see it happen live as soon as we get an egg going. But yeah, as Vala was saying, these are the different options for that. And we're choosing we want things that are at the baseline of the parents or better, or it's going to automatically destroy the egg. So we don't get stuck with a bunch of runts to look at. So that's our...
Can I enable the mating?
Please do.
All right.
Please do. And this
It
is
done.
Yeesh. Oh, she's all gooched up again.
Who is?
Nurse Ratchet. She looks like
She's sleeping.
she's terrible.
That's our nanny, folks.
Yeah. She looks like she usually doesn't look like this. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what to tell you. It's enough to give you nightmares. I mean, does she look normal to you? Or does she look like some type of Jackson Pollock painting, her face?
Well, she's never been a looker. Just put it that way.
No, you'll see in the video. This is horror show stuff. It's nightmare fuel. All right. So, as you can see, I'm going to zoom in on Lime Ricky because it'll be easier to see. So he's got a little heart pumping above him, and he's currently mating with Wanda. And see, it's a lot hard to see because of her color, but there it is. And I'm getting a little status bar down there. It tells me that they're 64% done mating. And that's just a patience game. So what we might end up doing here is speeding up time by, we'll show you how this process goes in the workflow. And depending on whether or not we get a viable egg, we might pause the video and just come back when we get a viable egg in that incubator to show people the next phase. So if this first egg goes to the incubator and explodes, we'll pause until we get a good one, and then we'll go again for the sake of time.
And over time, I have found that the first, whoa, here goes the egg.
And there's our first egg, dropped by Wanda Maximoff. And any second now, that egg will get transferred automatically from underneath her to this incubator nest. Oh, and there it is.
Done.
If we look in here, we see the egg is in an incubation state. And right now it's at 82% of 100. So when this gets to 0, it will get shot over to the incubator machine. So this is just kind of a waiting game. And meanwhile,
Yeah, like I had gotten interrupted with the birth of the first egg. But we found through our vast number of Argy breeding programs that it's usually the firstborn that has the highest level and the best like health, stamina, melee. And then after that, it just kind of regulates. I found that. Um, I usually do like most of the breeding heal help. Um, but that's what I found.
yeah, good insight. So you see here, right by the incubator, this is where Val is going to actually hatch the egg. And what's going to happen, mostly because we have a shield wall up, when the babies are born as eggs, or even as mammals, when we're doing mammal dinos, live births, they're not tame yet, so they're not part of the tribe. And their initial reaction is to try to escape the shield. So they'll start running like crazy. So what we do when we're breeding is we set up little areas like this to pin them in a corner so we can get to them and do the next part of the process when they're born, called imprinting. And that's where you name them, they become part of their tribe, and then we cryo store them and birth them into adulthood.
Yeah, we kind of speed the process up because, number one, it's easier to see the colors when they're adults, and also what level they become as adults. The usual process is that you feed the baby immediately or it will die fast. You imprint, then you feed, and then you have to watch this egg or this baby for a long time.
And absolutely, and that process in and of itself is really rough because it's also a matter of convenience of time. We do have lives, we have stuff we have to do, so we can't sit here for 18 hours watching a baby go to adulthood. It's just not, something that we can do. So we use these tools to help us along with that. But as you all just saw, that egg imploded because it was not viable. So we're going to put
Did
this
it?
on pause for a while. So we get a couple of eggs in here that don't explode, and then we'll come back to recording. Back in a bit.
3 hours later.
Okay, everybody, we're back. We've got some eggs filling up the incubator. And what we're going to do is real quickly take a look by using our awesome spyglass and get a look at what these eggs look like in the incubator. So those are the base colors that we're seeing, those bars up at the top of the screen above the parent's name. and it's showing us the kind of different color variations as well as the level numbers for this egg once it hatches. And this is a male level 1206 Argentavis that's going about to be born. His brother, as you can see, has completely different color traits, and it looks like pretty similar stats. So that's pretty interesting. We maintain that level. This female is a level 1160. See, her brothers are a little higher level than she is. And I don't see. Oh, okay. So she has 146 stamina versus her brother's 161. So this will be interesting when we hatch him. So Belle has asked me to hatch him, and she's going to imprint him over there. So you ready, babe?
Ready.
All right. Here comes egg number 1. So I'm simply going to select that egg in this inventory and hatch the egg. And you can hear the pitter-patter of little taloned feet.
Now, do you want to watch this? Should I be over here?
I'm doing. Oh yeah, I got a good camera angle on it. So there's the baby. As you can see, he's trying to escape, and that's why we put up this pen. And Val's just imprinted him.
And now I'm going to name him. So
Yep.
I'm not going to name him what he's going to be named. I just do it quick. So I'm going to go 1 of 3.
Nice.
Okay. And then I'm going to make sure he follows me. And this is why I want him out of the way. So if you watch.
Yeah, and so what's happening right now, folks, is because he's out and he's in a very low maturation level. Sorry, something's triggering our ring gates, and I don't know what it is. He's being fed by our nurse Ratchet over there in the corner, in the back. This House of Wax face. And, wow, look at the colors on him.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him as an adult. That's interesting because, yeah, he picked up a lot of lime Ricky color, and yeah, all right. So you're gonna zap him?
All right. So what we're gonna do is zap him and put him in the soul machine. I don't know what you call it.
Actually, you don't have to now. All you have to do is have him in your inventory, and be sure that when you go to relaunch him from your hotbar, that you have the admin selected, and he'll launch as an adult,
Okay.
fully mature.
All right. So normally you would feed him, and it says, like, I don't know what old man's showing on the screen, but it says wants care in 7 hours and 57 minutes. And the bird is actually going to say, I want to cuddle, or I want to go for a walk. And every time you do that for that bird, when he's fully adult, he has higher stats. As you can see, 7 hours takes a long time. So we choose to do it this way.
Yeah, and that, to be clear, that's 7 real world hours. And that is a huge draw on time. I mean, now you're running around, you got timers on your phones, you got all this other stuff going on. Just to try to keep up with your egg laying and stuff. Oh, we got a new egg. Another female in slot 3, but we're going to take the next
Slot 1.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Hatch.
I hear him. Where'd he go?
He's in the corner.
Oh, yes. Oh, he looks like,
starting to become night. Gotta fix that. Alright, I'm gonna
So
shut.
I'm just gonna zap him right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna shut the breeding program off for now.
Oh, I thought you'd already done that.
Nope. Alright. You zapped him?
Yep.
Alright, here comes male number 3.
And then we'll have the big reveal after they've... Oh, twins.
Twins.
Oh, there's the tan.
Yep.
Yep.
Twins.
And sometimes you get twins, which is always fun.
Yep. So,
Twin.
what are you calling yours? Twin 1?
No, twin 3.1 of... Now I have to say 5. No, there's still 2 eggs in there?
No, I think there's another one just popped in.
Well, I'm losing count. I thought we had dropped him already. So he's 3.1.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all that's important.
Yep,
And
we'll
I'll
call
do
him
3 of
3.2.
2.
I've already imprinted him. So,
Oh, you
yeah,
did?
so people got to see that as well.
Okay, good.
What that screen looks like. And so now to keep it in the order of march, we'll try to take the female. I don't know that I can tell which one it is now. Alright, slot 3, slot 1. But when I go in here, it's not slot 3 anymore. So here comes a bird. You ready?
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, thank goodness it's not twins. Now this looks like a lot like 2.
Yeah, folks, so I'll show you why this wall system is so important. When we get done with this part, honey, could you make it daylight for me?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. So if we didn't have these walls up, these babies would be running all the way over here to this far corner of this fence. This is where Bella would have to be standing to capture them. And that can kind of be a pain in the neck, right? That's why we put up the little pen. And here comes the only female in the group. Ready?
Hmm? Ooh.
Yeah, there's too much shadow. Can't see. It's a gloomy day here.
All right. Okay. So 5 RGs is a lot. Should we put away Mom and Dad?
Yeah, we should.
Or should we just move them over
No.
with their Mom and Dad?
We'll put them away.
Okay.
Clean up the deck a bit. So while we were waiting for those eggs to hit the incubator, we took Horizon and Cosmo out and did some leveling on them. And as you can see, they're coming along nicely. Stats are increasing. Everything is going well on that front. So we'll zap these guys too. Get them out of the way.
Okay.
And somebody's bag was full. Okay.
It's probably Horizons with all your Naquita.
No, it was It was Lime Murky because I dumped Horizon when I landed her. Anyway, let's look at some new birds.
All right. I'm not going to do this in any order.
Yep, that's fine. Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna have to investigate
Just
this
direct
further.
me.
Yep, you did good. Keep them coming. Well, that's the female. As you can see, folks, Val is able to spawn these guys fully grown, fully imprinted, and they're popping out with, you know, all the stats we'd expect to see.
Here come the twins.
Oh, the twins.
That's one. And here's the second twin. They should be twins.
And they are. Alright, so hang on a second, folks. Gonna do a little quick maintenance behind the scenes. Hold on. Brightened up enough that we can actually see the birds, which is the whole point of this. And wow, what a display of Argy beauty we got going on here.
I know my favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, but I'm just gonna go hover down this back line and show off what they look like in comparison to each other in terms of the subtle differences in each one of them. Except for the twins. They're always going to look exactly identical because they're identical twins, not fraternal twins. And then, of course, our final one in the row. But what's really cool is to then look at the parents, right?
The parents we zapped.
Oh, yeah, the parents we zapped, but they were pretty similar. I think you guys remember what they looked like.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, but the twins, babe, have introduced a new color.
Yeah.
We have not seen this color in any of the previous Argies that we've been breeding. And it's tan on the back of the tail feathers.
Yeah, and that shows up as code 216 in the bar under their tame level.
Yep.
It's very cool. You know, there's a lot we need to learn about a lot of the different things, but you know, to be honest, when you can spend a little bit of time and get results like this, it inspires us just to keep going and learning more. You know, and doing more. But yeah, it's real easy and quick, right? I think believe I have Wanda here. I do. So I'm gonna pop Wanda.
You want me to pop Lime Ricky?
I think I might have him.
No, I have him.
I don't think you do.
Told you.
Yeah. So this is Mom. As you can see, there are some similarities, but a lot of differences in their overall color. Apparently, a lot of the color came from her, but where these two twins got their colors, it's like very hard to pick where that would have been anything to do with the parents. Although Lime Ricky has a very, he's probably the closest. So they look like they took after him the most. When I'm looking at the color bars, yeah, 186, 152. and then the 153. So the big difference with them is the 216 tan color in the region 012.
Yeah.
And of course the purple in the tail feathers. That comes from Mom, it looks like.
Mom.
Yeah.
Or even some of it could be coming from Grandma.
And that's the thing I wanted to kind of talk about briefly, right? So if you look at 1 of 3, the one that's furthest on the left here, she looks more like Brilliant, which is Mom, way back over there in the corner.
Grandma.
Oh, that's Grandma, that's right.
Yeah.
Then she does Mom or Dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's how we produce Argies, folks. And then we have long discussions about how many we need and what we're going to do with them all, because things get a little crazy.
And as we did decide, need isn't in play at all. It's kind of like if we find a beautiful Argy, we're gonna keep them no
Right,
matter what.
exactly. And
But there does come a practicality to it. We can't have 100 Argies, and we pretty much had that at one point.
yeah, we had to do some selective uh, thinning
We
of the.
adopted them out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we found them new homes. Let's stay altruistic. But that's what happens, and as you can hear, I'm sure, it also starts getting loud when you have a large menagerie of Argies around. And they're not even calling to each other yet. They mostly do that when they fly. But we hope you've enjoyed this. We have. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the comments section, and we'll do our best to answer them as we can.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys have any ideas of videos you would like us to do, by all means, suggest them. And if it's something we're interested in, we certainly would be more than happy to do so.
Yep. If it's something we can pull off, we'll give it a roll. But for now, we're going to call this one a ball, and hope you all stay safe and enjoy breeding your Primal Fear Argies, or your vanilla Argies, or whatever you're doing, and enjoy them as much as we do. And honey,
Yes,
can we find some adoptive homes for these guys now?
I think we're gonna have to.
Okay, let's work on that offline.
All right.
Bye, folks.
Bye, guys. Ciao.